documents in human history. King Louis XIV of France's Code Noir, or the Black Code, issued in 1685. This was the supreme law governing all slaves in the French colonial empire. You would expect a black code about African slaves to start by talking about African slaves. But let's read Article 1 of the Code Noir. We desire and we expect that the edict of the 23rd of April 1615 of the late king, our most honored lord and father who remains glorious in our memory, be executed in our islands. This accomplished, we enjoin all of our officers to chase from our islands all the Jews who have established residence there. As with all declared enemies of Christianity, we command them to be gone within 3 months of the day of issuance of the present order, at the risk of confiscation of their persons and their goods. Pause. Let that sink in. The very first article, the highest priority of a massive legal code written specifically to regulate the enslavement of millions of so-called Africans, is a command to expel the Jews from the island. Why? Why is the King of France obsessed with Jews in a document about African slaves? Because the French authorities, just like the Portuguese and the Spanish before them, knew that a massive portion of the Africans they were importing from places like the Kingdom of Judah were in fact Israelites. They were finding a Hebrew remnant population already scattered and growing in the Caribbean and the Americas. The European empires were terrified that these newly enslaved Israelites would connect with the free Hebrews already in the islands, maintain their covenant, and organize a rebellion based on their true identity. So, what was the solution? Let's look at Article 2 and Article 3 of the exact same Code Noir. Article 2. All slaves that shall be in our islands shall be baptized and instructed in the Roman, Catholic, and Apostolic faith. Article 3. We forbid any religion other than the Roman, Catholic, and Apostolic faith from being practiced in public. We desire that offenders be punished as rebels disobedient of our orders. Do you see the grand strategy now? Step 1. Expel the free Yahudim who could remind the slaves of who they actually are. Step 2. Force every single enslaved Israelite to be baptized into the religion of their captors, the Roman Catholic Church. And then step 3. Outlaw any practice of their original true faith. This wasn't just slavery. This was a forced, systematic ethnic and spiritual cleansing. The Code Noir is just a royal French confession that the slave trade was a continuation of the Roman war against the Hebrew people. Let's look at one of the most...
You see, these books, you're not allowed to know what is in this book, family. It got the hidden history, the erased one. Let me give you an example. For example, look at this Tartaria map over here. And again, Tartaria map. And again, Tartaria map. And one more thing that is in most of those old maps is the land of Jesus. Look, Yeezy. We were just scratching the surface. Go get the book, family.
Before Christianity became the official religion of Ethiopia in 4th century, something extraordinary was already there. The Aksumite Empire was one of the most powerful civilizations on earth, trading directly with Rome, Persia, India, and Arabia simultaneously. And its spiritual world was built on a foundation that predates every religion that followed. The Beta Israel, the Ethiopian Jewish community, have maintained a tradition of Judaism, so ancient and so distinct from every other Jewish community on earth that scholars still cannot fully account for how it got there. They arrived before the Talmud existed, before the Rabbinic Judaism as we know it was formed, carrying something from a layer of tradition that the rest of the world lost. Then there is the claim that has never been disproved. The Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred object in the whole Hebrew tradition, is in Aksum, in a chapel called the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, guarded by a single monk who is appointed for life and never allowed to leave. One person on earth is permitted to see it. The Ethiopian Orthodox tradition preserved texts that the rest of the Christian world rejected and lost. The Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, texts that describe the watchers, the fallen angels, the pre-flood, material so significant that it was excluded from every other biblical canon. For the full esoteric and occult layer of what Ethiopia actually holds and what has been hidden inside plain sight for 2000 years,